Three, two, one, sync. Welcome back to Conversations with June. The past few episodes have had their own issues, because I missed out 15 by accident, so I had to do 15 and 16 on the same day. Then 17, I had to wait in between times to do, and when it finally went up, it turned out it got copyright striked because I used a song in it. And I could only get it working like 10 minutes ago now. So now it's actually readily available for people to watch, which is good. But let's not keep complaining about the system. Let's just keep mixing up the hat. Let's see what topic we pick up today. Is that 2? Is this 1? Yes, it is. Okay. Yeah, I'll just keep the hat there. Why not? Let's see. This is idea number 28. Ooh! Okay. This is idea number 28. The best games I've never played. So, games that I have watched or heard about that I really enjoy, but I haven't played them myself. Okay. The first one that comes into... I have 2 that come to mind immediately, but I'm gonna save the second one in my mind for last. The first one that pops into my mind is Xenoblade Chronicles. I've not played through that game, like, at all. I've touched it once, and that was for like 5 minutes because one of my friends had it on his 3DS. I've never played through it. I want to. I don't know if there's any way for me to because I don't have a Wii U anymore. But, oh my god. Seeing through the story of that game, like seeing through just that entire game, it looks so well done. The story in that game is so good. Like, I love the story of that game so much. I love the acting in that game. The fact that... Hold on. Pardon me. The fact that, because the game didn't initially release in America, all the voice acting is done in England and it's all British voice actors, I think actually does quite a lot for that game. Because listening to it, I couldn't imagine that game with American voice acting. I couldn't imagine it at all. Especially for Ryan. Like, I'm trying to think of Ryan with an American accent and it would sound way too weird in that game. But I think that game is super cool. The systems of it are really well done. The side quest system, the like affinity system. There's so much in that game that's so good, but I've not played it, and I hope that I get to one day because holy shit will I spend however, who knows how much time on that game. Probably too much time on that game, but, you know. Another game that I haven't played through that I really, really like is another RPG, Persona 5. Never played through it. But holy shit, is that game stylish as shit. Persona is just a really good RPG game. SMT games in general are really good. There's one that my friends always talk about that I've not played that's also really good. I think it's... I don't want to say it's Digital Devil Saga. I kind of want to say it's that. I need to look it up right now. But Persona 5 is a really, really fucking good game. It has a whole lot of... It has its issues, like most games do. But it's a really good game. I think it does well mixing Persona 3, Persona 4, and a little bit of Persona 2 into it. Like, Persona... If I had to list, like, how the Persona games work for me, is that I think Persona 3 has the better story. Like, it just... In between 3 and 4, I think Persona 3 has the better story, but Persona 4 has the better characters. And then Persona 5 has somehow gone, we're gonna take the best aspects of both of you guys and put it into one game. And it's done pretty well so far. It's not as dark as I think it could have been. Especially because, like, the first boss in that game, right? The first boss did something real shitty. Like, does stuff that is really, really fucking shitty. And it doesn't hit, not necessarily as near as of a hit as that first dude. I think that if they, like, progressed the bosses with, like, the shittier actions, it would have been really, really interesting. But I think they were worried that if they did too big of an issue, that it might restrict the game's release in certain areas, which makes sense. Is it Digital Devil Saga? I think it's Digital Devil Saga, yeah. That I've also heard is really good, but I've never played. It's another SMT game. I haven't played Devil Survivor 2. I've not actually seen anything on that, but I'm sure it's gonna be a good game because I played Devil Survivor 1, and that's a really, really good game. I really like Devil Survivor. Oh gosh. Other games that I haven't played, but I really like. I mean, for a while, that was Hollow Knight, that was Ori, and then I played them on my channel. Oh gosh. I'm gonna count it because I haven't finished it. Breath of the Wild, even though everyone has fucking played it and everyone said it's so good. Like, it's very different. It's not quite... I don't know how to feel about it, because even though I think it's a good game, I don't think it's a good Zelda game. But it's still a good game. It's still a fun time. There's a lot happening in that game, and I kind of just stopped playing because I was like, I know that there's quests and there's like major quests, but missing out even one thing can make you underpowered for the stuff that you have to deal with, and I'm not down for that. Oh gosh. Let's see, other games that I haven't played but I really, really enjoy. I'm gonna out myself here, right? I've never played Mother 3. I've had it on my computer for years and I've never played it. But holy fuck, that game is beautiful. Holy fuck. That game has a lot going for it. Especially the end. Especially like, that game is set up in chapters, right? And there's 8 chapters in it. And I'm pretty sure pardon me, if I'm correct, chapter 6 doesn't have any gameplay in it. Or like doesn't have any like RPG fights in it. But I think that chapter 6 is probably the best chapter on a storytelling level. Which I think a lot of people now, since I get to be speaking about video games a little bit, I think a lot of people now forget that video games are a storytelling medium. Like, I saw something recently about like someone complaining that there was a story in a game that should be about gameplay. And I was like, okay, I see your point. Like, obviously, when you buy a video game, you want at least a little bit of action to like do something, you know. That's why you buy a video game. But at the same time, you can't disregard the fact that video games are a storytelling medium. And there are games that, if you only want gameplay, you can buy. Most games nowadays, I will admit, are story-driven. But that doesn't mean that you can't buy, like, let's be honest here, you're not gonna buy a Call of Duty game, for example, for the story. Maybe Modern Warfare 1, maybe Modern Warfare 2, but you're not gonna buy those games for their story, you know? You're gonna buy them because you play the game and you play it multiplayer or single player or whatever. Mostly multiplayer. But then you've got games like, again, Xenoblade Chronicles, which, yeah, has gameplay, but is also very, very story-driven. Then you've got games like Detroit Become Human. Oh, Detroit Become Human is very, very, very interesting. I've been watching that recently. I don't know whether I like it or not. My response to whether I like it or not is it's a David Cage game, which means, there's a lot happening, and it's very ham-fisted. Like, oh wow. Oh wow. Okay. I think I'll end the video here with the last game that I was thinking of. And the last game that I love that I've never played is Journey. I've never, ever, ever touched Journey. I've only seen 5 minutes of gameplay from Journey, right? The reason why I love Journey is because of its soundtrack, which sounds really dumb, but when I was going through a tough time, I was going through music because I couldn't sleep, and I ended up coming across the soundtrack for Journey, and I was like, I've never heard of Journey, what is this? Like, what is Journey? And I sat there and I played the music, and from the first, like, second of the first song of the soundtrack, I was like, I'm in love. This is one of my favorite games. I don't even know what it is, but it's one of my favorite games. And I think that that's a testament to how powerful music can be, because holy shit, Listening to that whole soundtrack is just an experience of itself. If they ever release Journey on Steam, I'd be down for that, because I don't have a PS4, at least not yet, maybe one day, and when I do, when I do get a PS4, I will get Journey and play through it, because I need to. Whereas the rest of the games, I mean, I have Mother 3, I haven't played through it because that's my own fault. At least I haven't played through all of it, rather. What else did I just mention? I mentioned Xenoblade. I don't know any way of me being able to play that. I mentioned Persona 5. I could buy that on PS3, but do I really want to play it on PS3 when I could get a PS4 and play it on PS4? Stuff like that. It's just that whole list of ideas. Though, to be fair, Persona 5, sorry, was built initially on the PS3, so maybe it's better on that system anyway, but I don't know. I'm glad that this one's not 40 minutes like the rest, like the past 2 episodes. I'm kind of sad that I did make it, I felt like I made it kind of short, but it needed to be done because, 40 minutes is not a good time. But thank you so very much for watching this episode. I hope I see you tomorrow, and yeah. So those are some of the best games I've never played. See ya.